Hello everyone, welcome to another Heroes of the Grid miscellaneous video. Now today I'm going to be talking about what was covered yesterday during the Renegade Con live stream, and the good and bad that comes with it. So first I guess I'll get the negative out of the way, that in case you didn't hear, this upcoming Kickstarter is going to be the last official expansion for Heroes of the Grid. They didn't say why they were stop. They're going to stop making the game. I mean, my best bet is a combination of either maybe they're just not making as much money on it as they used to. My other thought is maybe there was a contract and Hasbro didn't want to renew it specifically for this game because they were very adamant that the deck building game and the RPG are still going. There's no plans to stop those, and they do plan on continuing with Power Ranger games in the future too. So it doesn't seem like they lost the license or anything like that. Maybe it's just Hasbro didn't want to keep doing Heroes of the Grid. Maybe they have something better in mind. Who knows? And I got to say, I'm very, very sad about it and disappointed because we still don't have a lot of the Rangers actually. Some still don't even have one representative yet. There's only a couple. I know one of them is the first season of Megaforce. So I'm really hoping that's part of the Kickstarter, a stretch goal or something like that. And the other one, I can't remember. I know I had it in my head, but earlier, but I didn't write it down. Either way, so that's really the bad out of the way. The worst parts. On the plus side, I guess moving on to the good, the Kickstarter is not starting until next year, sometime early next year. I don't know when. Maybe it could be as early as January. It could be as late as March, April, something like that. So in terms of finances, that's actually pretty good. It gives me a couple months to save up and then get through the holiday season because that's always an expensive time. The Christmas season's never too kind on the wallet. But another plus, actually, I do have to give them props for this, is that they're going to give the community the tools they need so they can continue on making their own fan-made, Ranger decks for teams they didn't finish or monsters that they didn't have time to create themselves. And I'm really excited for that, especially in terms of monsters. There's so many monsters. Obviously, they even mentioned in the stream there are like hundreds of monsters. They can't possibly. They were never going to cover every single monster in this game, no matter how many expansions they came out with, unless they spent 5 years maybe just doing nothing but monster expansions, and even then they just scratched the surface of it. So I mean, like I said, that's props. I'm really excited for that. I mean, that's a great way to keep the community invested in the game, keep the game going, even if it's not in an official manner. It's still very kind of them to do, and we really appreciate it. I am also glad that at least I got to be part of one Kickstarter, even if it is the last one. I got into this game. I mean, technically, I started playing the game like 3 years ago, probably. But my brother, he was the one who collected. It was during COVID, so my brother, he's the one who bought the game while everyone was home, and we started playing that. He would collect them off and on for about a year, and once I finally got a full-time job, I was able to start investing myself and build my own collection. So I was really got into it, collected everything that I could anyway, because some things, obviously, they're exclusive to like the initial Kickstarters and stuff that I would have no access to, unless I wanted to go on like eBay or something and purchase them for a price that I'm not comfortable with spending. But I did procure most of the items for the game. So yeah, I'm excited to see what stretch goals they have, because it seems like they really have a lot of stuff they want to get out to the community, to the fans. So I'm interested to see what the stretch goals are. And I guess with that, we can kind of touch on what's actually coming in, that we know is coming in the Kickstarter, at least the initial backing, I guess, the main product. That's going to be in terms of the Ranger teams, that they're going to have the Mystic Force Rangers, the core 5 at least. Looking at the picture, it doesn't seem like Daggeron is on there, the Solaris Knight. Maybe he'll be a stretch goal, hopefully, because I really liked him. Probably because, he's voiced by Kruger himself. And also, they're going to have Adam Park in his Ninjetti outfit from Season 3 of Mighty Morphin. I think that's pretty cool. It's Jonathan's favorite character, so I had a feeling it makes sense that he would put Adam in one more expansion. If nothing else, get him, even if he's the only Ninjetti character, I'm fine with that. It's good to have one. The last Ranger looks like it could be either Cosmic Force or Dino Fury. Cosmic Fury or Dino Fury Ranger. the picture, but I can't really get a good look at it. And without the colors, it makes it even harder naturally. But those are going to be the base game for the expansion, the base set. That's what's going to come in that box. And any stretch goals. Oh, they're also going to include the more mastermind cards, which they haven't done since they initially launched it, as far as I'm aware. And that's pretty awesome. I've never played mastermind mode myself, but that's just because I have so many rangers I still haven't gotten through myself on my playthroughs. So it's just kind of the idea of one person controlling the villains when there's so many rangers everyone wants to be. It just hasn't come up yet. But I am interested to give it a shot at some point. There's also going to be obviously the Zords for the Rangers that come in the game. It looks like there's going to be at least a little more turbo support. They have one of Justin's Mountain Blaster or Storm Blaster. I can't remember. I have to rewatch Turbo, but it's going to be kind of like how Tommy got the Turbo Cruiser or Lightning Cruiser. Dang, I don't know why I can't remember it, but either way, looks like Justin's, if nothing else, Justin's coming to the game because looks like they have the Zord card for him. So that's good. I mean, the one Kid Ranger, it's. I know he's not a fan favorite, but I never had a problem with him growing up, so it's nice to have him. In terms of villains, we have at least 4 villains confirmed for this expansion, 4 enemies. We have evil Dino Fury Ollie. Some might consider him evil Cosmic Fury Ollie, but technically he didn't have the Cosmic Fury powers yet, so I think it still falls under Dino Fury. That's cool. I don't know if he's just going to be a monster or he's going to be a nemesis. I could see either or. Then they're going to have a couple from the comics. The Death Ranger, which I have no idea really who that is. I've seen pictures, but I don't know anything about it. I really need to start reading the comics at some point. And they're going to have another Lord Draken version with a cape, which is cool. I'm thinking that Lord Draken's definitely got to be a boss. I'm sure. I mean, this is still just a prediction on my part, but I'm 99% sure Lord Draken's going to be a boss. The Death Ranger, I can see him being a difficult nemesis, maybe something like Dane from Heroes United or Rangers United. And finally, the big boss of the set is going to be Master Zed from Cosmic Fury, which to me always Master Zed seems like a Zed if he merged with Super Shredder. So I mean, he's pretty. I'm not complaining. I love Zed, so having him is awesome. They said I'll be posting pictures of the various artwork they showed on the stream, so just keep an eye out. So I'll post them as best I can. Some of them might be blurry, but it wasn't necessarily the highest quality because it was a stream. So these are just screenshots that I've cropped. But in terms of what's coming in the base box, I'm excited. I'm guessing Justin has to be in the base box too, only because they have a picture for his Zord. I don't see why that would be unless he's going to be maybe the first stretch goal, or he's just going to be a bonus if you pledge within a certain time frame or something. Who knows? I have no idea how they're going to run this, but I wasn't a part of the other one, so I don't know how they run it in general. So I'm excited for what's coming in the box. I do like Mystic Force. Since this is the last expansion, I won't lie. They weren't at the top of my list to get the full team. I would have rather they finish something like Jungle Fury, even the last couple SPDs. They pretty much finish off the teams that they haven't yet. But to be fair, they did have Udana, so Mystic Force has been represented. She still needs more representation, so I'm not going to complain too much. Like I said, I do like Mystic Force anyway. And so I guess my hopes, my thoughts, I'm still confident that the Dino Fury, they have more Dino Fury content. I'm guessing those are going to be stretch goals. I only say that because the way that Izzy was made, she was made with they talked about on stream when they released it, the Dino Fury, the Arsenal pack that she came in. They have this Dino Key system, but if there's only one ranger to take advantage of it, what's the point? So in my mind, at least one or two Dino Fury rangers has got to be part of the stretch goals, because otherwise that key system was kind of pointless. They could have just made those 2 Dino Key cards Izzy exclusive. So that's a prediction that I have. And when they talked about them, they talked about the Dino Fury Rangers using Chroma Fury icons. So to me, and again, if this is the only one doing it, why would they say that Dino Rangers making use of that if they're not gonna? There's not gonna be more Rangers to take advantage. Maybe Ion will be there as the sixth Ranger. You never know. Or Zato. I'm guessing we're probably going to get Cosmic Fury, at least one Ranger from Cosmic Fury, just to, since there is Master Zed and Evil Dino Fury Ollie. My guess is probably going to be Amelia. Maybe they'll have her as Cosmic Fury Red and Dino Fury Pink. They'll have both options. It'd be cool if we got one final Billy character card or something like that, just because he was in Cosmic Fury. And the Once and Always special. He kind of got one for Once and Always, but the Cosmic Fury one would be kind of cool. So these are kind of my thoughts as to logically what would come from the Kickstarter pledge drive, I guess, if you want to call it that, because that's pretty much what it is, pledge drive. And let's see, any other Rangers that would logically make sense as stretch goals? I can't think of any. Like I said, the stretch goals, the next ones would be maybe Rangers only need one or two possibly Rangers left to complete the team, like SPD just needs Sam for the Omega Ranger, the original Omega Ranger, and they can complete that base team. You could argue Kat should be in there too, but she was just a one-time Ranger, so I'm not going to be too disappointed if she doesn't get in. I'd rather have Sam, since he actually was a member of the team, a core member. He was the sixth Ranger of that team. Sixth Ranger, quote unquote, even though Kruger came before he did. Let's see, for that, that's what we got for an SPD. Jungle Fury, I'd love it if they could get the 3 core members of the team, because they have RJ and Jared. Actually, I'd love it if they could just have the last 4. Dominic also, because I really love Dominic. He's possibly my favorite of the Jungle Fury team. Probably is. Between him or Theo. I really like them. But that's more of something I want as opposed to something that kind of makes sense. Like based on the evidence I've seen, what they've said in previous streams and stuff like that. Jungle Fury would be probably my top choice for that. Finish off the Turbo team would be my second most requested, just to finish off the Zordon era. And Lost Galaxy. I love Lost Galaxy. I'm very disappointed they haven't come out with more than the core team of Lost Galaxy. I would love to see them as a stretch goal as well, because they weren't technically part of the Zordon era, but they were more like an epilogue, I'd say, for the Zordon era. So it'd be great to have Turbo and then Lost Galaxy as stretch goals, cap it off just like that. Maybe we'll get some kind of Zordon card. That'd be pretty awesome as a playable, maybe like Alpha or something like that. I know in the comics, I think he had some robotic suit or something he could use. I think I saw a picture of it. Maybe he could be played as that. That'd be kind of fun. Those are just my wish lists there. I guess finally what I want to talk about is, I guess, just the future of the website. I've had this website for only about a year, almost a year and a half. Let's see. No, a little over a year, a couple months. I think I opened it in late July, early August of 2023. So it's not that old. Just want to say that the announcement that this is the final expansion for Heroes of the Grid, that it doesn't change any immediate plans I have for the site. I'm still working on adding all the cards that I'm still missing, that I can anyway. Adding more information for each card, adding a separate page for every single card in the game with some information about each one to clarify some rules that might be confusing. So hard to work on that. And, I mean, until this expansion comes out, I'm still going to be updating the site. Once it comes out, I'm going to have to update it with the new cards, everything like that. And I'm still going to be making videos covering the Ranger teams and all that stuff, so there's no shortage of videos anytime soon. Afterwards, there is a Facebook group. I know I don't have any links for them or anything like that, but in the Facebook group, I know there's a group of Rangers people that actually do already, I think, make their own kind of fan-made content for this game. And I mean, that sounds pretty cool. So I mean, check them out. If you can find them, check them out. Like I said, I don't have a link. I don't remember their names, what the group is called or anything like that, but you can find them in the Facebook group. I mean, honestly, I was thinking maybe I might do something like that. I mean, I'm not trying to, go to them. They'll probably be better at it than me, but once I learn more about the, website, once I'm finished with all the website stuff, maybe I could kind of help keep the game going in addition to them, with, as a site, if people want to submit their own deck ideas to the site, maybe I can post them for other people to view and download, stuff like that. And maybe I'll even start doing custom, Ranger team matches and kind of let you know how those go. If I'm able to stream at some point, I'd love to, but right now I just don't have the setup for it. There's nowhere for me to quietly run a session or of Heroes of the Grid or anything like that. But hopefully that'll change at some point in the future, sooner rather than later. But still, like I said, there's still more to come on the Once a Ranger website. And plus, I still need to cover the deck building game. I, not gonna lie, have been kind of lazy in terms of updating that part of the site. And part of it's laziness, but the other part is that since I've been, Heroes of the Grid is an expensive hobby. This whole game has been expensive, so I had to dial back a bit. And after I finished with this, and I didn't want to go all in on the deck building game and spend even more. And I still have to find storage for some of my stuff, so it's also partly that. It's just practicality. I had to hold back on the deck building game for a while, but I do plan to start uploading at some point a database for the deck building game. So look forward to that as well. And there's another game I've gotten into. It has nothing to do with Power Rangers. Maybe I'll talk about that at some point in the future too, if I feel like it. I won't say what it is because there's no point. Because right now my focus is the Heroes of the Grid. Now for the YouTube channel itself, I might cover other games on there just because there's some variety in addition to Heroes of the Grid, kind of like I was covering the Dragon Ball Super card game. The only reason, by the way, for those curious, the only reason I've stopped covering that is because of just time constraints. I just haven't had nearly as much time these past several months to do more than one game, and obviously my site's focused on Heroes of the Grid, and I love Heroes of the Grid, so I want to focus on that, do the best I can there. So apologies for any Dragon Ball Super fans. Fusion World, I should say. Dragon Ball Super Fusion World card game fans. I would love to get back into it at some point. I still log into the online client every day to get my daily gems. It's almost nothing, but I just don't have the time to be doing multiple games at once in terms of video coverage for the site and stuff like that. But yeah, optimistic for the future of Heroes of the Grid because, as long as fans can make whatever they want. Honestly, they can still do it right now, but I'm sure the fans will, keep the spirit of the game alive. And we'll get super overpowered Rangers and villains from time to time, but we'll also get super balanced ones as well. I know the fans can take care of the franchise. And yeah, just be on the lookout for more Heroes of the Grid content coming out in the future. I'm still in the middle of my October Monster Mash, so every Monday, every Monday and Friday at least, you'll see a new video for a new monster from the base game and the Kickstarter exclusive box for this month. So keep enjoying those, and then as soon as that's done, I'll be back to Ranger coverage for a while. I already have a few of those recorded and edited, just need to upload them and get them ready. So look forward to that. Head on over to OnceARanger.com to check out the full card database, and thank you for watching.